Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, SAUL Canelo Alvarez is daring to be great, looking to engage in negotiations with Sergey the Crusher Kovalev to move up to 175-pound division and try and capture another belt, another world title in a fourth division. He's trying to he's trying to do something that's only been done in Mexican history. Only a handful of guys have captured world titles in 4 different weight classes. So Canelo Alvarez is looking to become one of those 4. One of the handful, I should say. Juan Manuel Marquez has done so. Erik Morales, Jorge Arce, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Mikey Garcia is one as well. Mikey Garcia captured belts in 126, 130, 35, and 40. Juan Manuel Marquez, Erik Morales, and Jorge Arce, a few others, and Canelo Alvarez is looking to join that group of men, to solidify his legacy, cement his legacy, and dare to be great. I personally disagree with this. I think that, he went up and he fought Rocky Fielding and he captured a belt at 168. The chips just fell, in his favor, and Rocky Fielding was awarded a belt, and he was able to fight, no disrespect to Rocky Fielding, but he was able to face a guy, who's much regarded in the lower echelon of the 168-pound division. So with that said, to move up and fight Sergey Kovalev, I know Sergey Kovalev suffered 2 losses to Andre Ward and then was knocked out. He was stopped by Andre Ward in the second fight, then was knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. He's since avenged that loss to Canelo Alvarez and recaptured his title. But with that said, Sergey Kovalev, he may not be what he once was at one point in time, but Sergey Kovalev is no walk in the park. Saul Canelo Alvarez is he's a small middleweight to begin with, and especially in stature. He's only about 5'7", 5'8", if that. He's built, a little muscular, a little stocky. But to think that he could just move up and challenge Sergey Kovalev is really ridiculous, in my opinion. I like the fact that he's daring to be great, but Sergey Kovalev is not a walk in the park. I don't see any way that Canelo Alvarez beats Sergey Kovalev. We see that, Gennady Triple G Golovkin was much bigger in stature than Saul Canelo Alvarez. And Sergey Kovalev trumps Gennady Triple G Golovkin. So, I can only imagine the size difference. And not to mention, Sergey Kovalev is not just some any old body. Sergey Kovalev knows how to box. And he packs a powerful punch still at this juncture in his career. Okay, so he's not hitting with popcorn. Okay, he's not a popcorn puncher. Sergey Kovalev was named the Crusher for a reason. Andre Ward was a special fighter that defeated Sergey Kovalev. He was the first to do so, and then Sergey Kovalev was defeated by Canelo Alvarez, which he in the second fight. He outclassed Canelo Alvarez. You understand what I'm saying? He was caught. He had previously dropped Canelo Alvarez in the first fight, and then he got caught with a shot that I don't think he ever recovered from. With that said, to try and defeat Sergey Kovalev, I know everybody see the blueprint to defeat Sergey Kovalev is to attack his body, as his body seems to be his weak point. That seems to be the way to go. But he showed that he has more stamina. He showed that he used his boxing ability against Canelo Alvarez, who continued to put pressure on Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev is all of 6 foot and better, and he's a monster of a guy, of a boxer, of a puncher, should I say. And he showed us that he has the boxing ability. because he learned his lesson with Eleider Alvarez and understand that he can't trade and bang with Eleider Alvarez. He had to box. So he simply just went in there and outboxed Eleider Alvarez. You know, he knows how to use his height. He knows how to use his size. And he will do so against Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez will come up short. Canelo Alvarez will have to exude so much energy trying to work his way on the inside, it won't even be funny. I know Canelo Alvarez just defeated a big middleweight in Daniel Jacobs, but Daniel Jacobs was reluctant to let his hands go. Sergey Kovalev will not be. And Sergey Kovalev is going to take it personal, and he's going to take it as a sign of disrespect that Canelo Alvarez thinks that he could come up all these weight classes and challenge him for his belt. So best believe Sergey Kovalev will be there to win the fight. He's not going to be there in awe. It won't be the first time he's in a big fight, because he's been in plenty of big fights. He's been an A-side for quite some time now. Even leading up into the Andre Ward first fight, he was the A-side going into that fight. So it's not going to be like Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs seemed to me to be like a deer in headlights. He didn't want to let his hands go. You know, it seemed like the moment was too big for him, and he just wasn't there to win. It looked like he was there to survive. He didn't throw any punches with any bad intent. You know, it was all popcorn punches he was letting go. You know, so to see Canelo Alvarez try and do this with Sergey Kovalev is a whole different animal that's going to let his hands go with bad intentions. He has a beautiful jab as well. He hides his right hand. You know, all of that's going to come into play, and I think he's going to end up knocking out Saul Canelo Alvarez. But hey, I want to see it. Who am I to knock a guy who dares to be great? You know, and imagine if Saul Canelo Alvarez is to be victorious and win this fight. That says a lot about him, you know. So, hey, let's see it. Let's make it happen. Let's see how this all plays out. So, Kathy Duva says Sergey Kovalev is all and willing and ready to go to face Saul Canelo Alvarez. She says that she hasn't gotten a contract as of yet, but she's looking to engage into negotiations and get a deal done. I know that Sergey Kovalev has a fight coming up with Anthony Yard. Kovalev has to face Anthony Yard, you know, and it's been rumored that the fight could take place in September, you know, so I don't know what's taking place with that. But hopefully they get that done. As Kathy Duva said, she said, hopefully we get everything resolved shortly. This is what Kathy Duva said, referring to the Anthony Yard fight with Sergey Kovalev. You know, she says, we are still working on the Yard fight. She says there have been a lot of complications with this one behind the scenes. This is what Kathy Duva said. So the Anthony Yard fight has not been set in stone. You know, there's been a lot of rumors that it was confirmed and things of that nature, but it has yet to be confirmed and been official. So Sergey Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez is still an option that's on the table. Let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. Saul Canelo Alvarez is looking to dare to be great and enter negotiations to move up to the 175 light heavyweight division and challenge Sergey Kovalev, the Crusher, for his title. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the